Manchester United go on their fourth consecutive game in a row, beating Arsenal 3-1 at Old Trafford, putting an end to their unbeaten streak for the Gunners. Liverpool and Everton share the spoils in the early kickoff of the Merseyside derby on Saturday. Liverpool are struggling a bit this season. Chelsea got all 3 points versus West Ham United, a controversial VAR decision when Mendy was fouled and the subsequent goal disallowed. A correct decision or not? Well, West Ham fans thought it was a wrong one, but Chelsea held on to get a 2-1 victory over the Hammers in the London derby. Manchester City were held 1-1 by Aston Villa. Erling Haaland got his 10th goal, but that was not enough to help City get all 3 points. In Spain, Barcelona continued their amazing run. They won 3-0 over the weekend. Real Madrid are the only team in Europe to have a 100% record after they got another win over the weekend. Welcome back to the channel. As usual, I am your host, sellssi, and that was a summary of what happened across England and Spain. Today, we're going to talk about performances of Ghanaian players abroad, and it was great to see Kudus Mohammed get on the score sheet for his club side after a week of controversies concerning whether he would stick and stay with them or leave camp after not training with the side. Many thought he would get his way, but he did not, and he stayed with them and found the back of the net. He played 45 minutes in his club side's game, but also on the score sheet was Andre Ayew for his club side in Al Sadd. We'll have a look at all those that performed, starting from England. In the Premier League, Jordan Ayew and Jeffrey Schlupp played 90 minutes for Crystal Palace against Newcastle United. It ended in a draw, both teams sharing the spoils. Mohamed Salisu was in action for Southampton in their 1-0 defeat to Wolves. Tariq Lamptey climbed off the bench to play in Brighton's 5-2 win over Leicester City. Very little playing time for the Ghanaian international of late. Daniel Lamate came on as a substitute to play in that same game, his side losing 5-2 in the end. Thomas Partey missed Arsenal's 3-1 defeat against Manchester United. He will be out for a longer period of time, his coach confirming that. In the Championship, Antoine Semenyo climbed up the bench to help Bristol City beat Blackburn 3-2, this time not finding the back of the net after scoring 3 times from the bench. Albert Adoma saw 21 minutes of action in QPR's defeat to Swansea City. Baba Rahman, who has made a switch to Reading, and Andy Adam were in action for their club in their 2-1 win over Stoke City. Benjamin Tete lasted 30 minutes in the game as they lost 2-0 at home to Sheffield United. In the League One, Jojo Allcott was imposed as Charlton Athletic lost 3-1 against Bolton Wanderers. In the League 2, Kwesi Appiah saw 67 minutes of action for Colchester in the 1-1 draw against Hartlepool. In Spain, La Liga, Joseph Edu played the full 90 minutes for Celta Vigo in their 3-0 win against Cadiz CF. Idris Ubaba missed RCD Mallorca's game against Girona due to injury. A Ghanaian player, Inaki Williams, made his 237th consecutive appearance for his club side in Athletic Bilbao, beating that injury that he suffered on Monday that made him a doubt for the game. He is truly built different. In Serie A, Alfred Duncan missed Fiorentina's 1-1 draw against Juventus due to injury. Felix Afenajan was on a youth substitute in Cremonese's game against Sassuolo. Emmanuel Jesse lasted 87 minutes in the game for Spezia in their 2-2 draw against Bologna. In Serie B, Caleb Kuban played 74 minutes of action in Genoa's 3-3 draw with Parma. In France, Gideon Mensah played 90 minutes of action for Auxerre in their 2-0 loss to Marseille. Alexander Djiku was in action for Strasbourg in their 1-1 draw against Brest. Ali Dusseidu was in action for Clermont-Foot in their 2-0 win against Toulouse. Abdul Samed Salis was in action for Lens in their 1-1 draw with Rennes. Kamaldeen Sulemana played 45 minutes of action for Rennes in their 1-1 draw against Troyes. In League 2, Nicolas Opoku was in action for Amiens in their 1-0 win against Chernobyl. Germany Bundesliga, Christopher Entreje made his first start of the season for Bochum against Werder Bremen, which they lost 2-0. Daniel Kofi missed Freiburg's 3-2 win against Bayer Leverkusen on Saturday. Chelsea loanee Calamatson ODOI gave an assist on his debut for Bayer Leverkusen. In Bundesliga 2, Otterreck climbed off the bench to play in Holstein Kiel's game against Regensburg, which ended in a draw. Stefan Ambrosius was in action for Kudus Russia as they lost to Hamburg ISV 1-0. Braden Menu was on the score sheet for Darmstadt in their 1-1 draw against Armenia Bielefeld on Saturday. In Belgium, Majida Shimeru played 35 minutes of action for Anderlecht against Leuven in their 2-2 draw. Dennis Odoi and Kamal Soa helped Club Brugge to a 4-0 win against Cercle Brugge on Friday. Joseph Painso saw 88 minutes of action for Genk against St. Truding, which ended in a draw. Goalkeeper Abdulmanaf Nuruddin was on the bench as Kas Eupen as Mubarak Wakaso missed the game due to injury. Daniel Partey saw 58 minutes of action for FC Sereng in their 3-2 win against Mechelen. In the Netherlands, Kudus Mohamed scored his first goal of the season in Ajax's 4-0 win against Cambuur. He came on as a substitute in the second half. Abdul Fattah Isaac made a brief appearance for Sporting Lisbon in their 2-0 win versus Estoril. In Scotland, Matthew Nyinkujo was on the bench as Dundee United and Motherwell ended in a stalemate. Richard Ofori was in action along with Kwame Pepra for Orlando Pirates in their 1-0 defeat against Marisburg. Fortunate there for them. In Sweden, Emmanuel Boateng saw 90 minutes of action, whilst Emmanuel Lomote was on the bench for Malmo. In Switzerland, Kasim Adams recorded another 90 minutes of action for Basel as they lost 2-1 against Sion. Lawrence Atizigi was imposed for St. Gallen in their 2-1 win against Young Boys. In Turkey, Isaac Saki saw 72 minutes of action for Omarinyaspor as they lost 1-0 to Trabzonspor. In the US, Jonathan Mensah and Yao Yeboah also featured in the game for Columbus Crew against Chicago Fire, which ended in a draw, and Harrison Affle played 85 minutes for Charlotte in their 2-0 defeat to Cincinnati FC. So that's a summary of the performances of Ghanaian players across Europe, across the world. Who was the standout performer for you? Outside man Andre Ayew opening his account for the season. Kudus Mohamed as well doing that. Braden Menu doing something similar. We'll be looking forward to seeing them play versus Brazil in the international friendly and Nicaragua. We'll see which of them will make it. I'm happy for Kudus. He has found the back of the net, proved the point, integral to the win. 4-0 it ended. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great week.